the Baylor Bears, head coach Kim Mulkey, student athletes Nia Johnson, Nina Davis, and Suni Abuki. We'll start with an opening comment from the coach.
I don't have pretty quick.
Okay, we'll go to questions for the student athletes. Be sure to identify yourself and affiliation, please. Thank you.
David Smoke, ESPN Central Texas. Suni, do you think that perhaps you were a marked woman tonight in some ways do you think you might have been a marked player tonight because of the flagrant on Friday? Did that affect your game?
I just, I didn't really understand what I could do different. And then it happened, and I don't know, it rattled me for a minute, but I was just trying to play, just trying to get to where I was going, and I don't do things, I don't throw elbows, so then I just felt like the rest of the game, like the refs kept telling me, don't give us something to look at, don't give us something to look at, like I was doing it on purpose, and it wasn't.
Jerry Hill, Baylor Bear Insider. Nia, y'all are right in there, right down to the last minute. Talk about just kind of not being able to finish, I guess.
That's just on us not finishing. We had just part of focus, and I thought they beat us offensive rebounding, so it's something we have to work on.
Jason North Waco Trip. Nina, just expanded on what Nia just talked about, the offensive rebound that they were able to have. I think it was only 16 to 12 in second chances, but did you feel like that took away chances for you guys to score and cut into that lead?
Definitely, we knew coming to the game that was something that we couldn't let happen. We couldn't let them get offensive rebounds, and we kind of let that happen in critical moments at the end. We remember they got 2 and 3 critical rebounds at critical moments, and that cost us the game in the long run.
Right here on the left.
Lee Michelson, FullCourt.com. To follow up on the previous question, late in the game, 3 starters were playing with 4 fouls apiece on your team. Could you talk about how that might have impacted the rebounding on both ends of the floor?
Start with Nia.
I don't know, like 4 fouls, you have to play smart at the end of the day. And I guess we tried to stay off of them. They was calling it pretty tight at the end. And I don't know, it was just difficult playing with 4 fouls.
Nina.
I can't say that they really affected us. We did all have 4 fouls, but you just can't, let the foul stop you. Like Nia said, you do have to play smart, but you have to keep battling. And it was a critical moment, and we was right there, and, we just fell short.
Suni.
Yeah, I just have to go with Nina. That's the game, playing with 4 fouls for all of us. You got to keep playing hard, and that's what we tried to do.
On the left.
Oh, Nick Anazales, KCN. Suni, just talk about this team in general. You guys were picked second in the conference. You guys reel off a 20-plus game win streak, incredible run to the Elite Eight. Just kind of sum up this this journey with the team so young. And it looks promising from here to the next couple of years.
Go ahead, Suni. You're fine.
I've just learned so much about life from this team. We weren't always the biggest, we weren't always the fastest, we weren't the most talented, but we battled every day, and we always could learn lessons. We lost 2 games in a row late in the season, but we were able to bounce back, and that's what we were all about, and we just continued to get better all year from every loss and from every win, and we just kept improving, and there's just not another group of girls that I'd want to go to war with, and I'm excited for them because next year they only get better, and the year after that they only get better, and that's just Baylor for you, and that's just the kind of program that Coach Mulkey's built here. That this year we made it to Elite Eight, and we're disappointed because we couldn't make it further. But next year, man, they're gonna be so great.
Okay.
Jason North Waco Tribune Herald. Nina, in the second half, did they do anything different defensively, or did you feel like just some of the shots that you were getting weren't falling?
It was just a game. I was taking the goal the same way. Some shots went in, some shots rolled out. It happens.
Sean Giggy, KWTX Sports. For Nina and Nia, obviously outsiders coming into the season, didn't necessarily expect you guys to get this far, and I know Coach has talked about the next couple of years are going to be incredible with you guys. How much, given the fact that the expectations outside of the program weren't this high, how much do you think this is going to springboard you guys, making it this far and giving Notre Dame a run for their money? How much is this going to springboard you for next year and the next couple of years?
I just
Start
think
with Nina.
Oh,
I think right now we really can't see it because, we're in a lot of pain because, we fell short and we felt that we had a great opportunity to get to the Final Four. But, we had a great season. It was a great journey, and, I wouldn't trade anything in the world for this team or anybody. This is going to give us a lot of confidence. We have a great class coming in, and we pretty much bringing everybody back except for Suni. So, this is going to give us a lot of confidence once we get over this right here, and we're going to be all right.
I just think it's just motivation and just make us want to work harder in the off season and just put in work.
Okay, you got time for one more question. Right here on the left.
Lee Michelson, full court. Suni, you talked about having learned a lot from this team. What would you say that you've learned that you might apply to your career as a lawyer as you go forward? And what will be your best memory of your time at the program?
What I've learned that I could apply to my career. We have I think everyone on the team has a great personality, and we find ways to laugh at times when maybe we shouldn't laugh. But so I think that lightheartedness that sometimes we can use in moments that like we're broken like this, and our hearts are broken, but we can go back in the locker room and someone can say something and we can all kind of crack a smile. And I think that's something that I really take with me about just not taking everything too seriously. What was the next one? Question? Oh, I think just getting on everybody's nerves.
Okay, ladies, you can return to the locker room. Congratulations on a great season. Okay, we'll start on the left with questions for the coach.
Lee Michelson, fullcourt.com. I don't want to get you in trouble. I said the same thing to Lisa Bluter the other night. But would you comment at all on the considerable disparity in the number of trips to the foul line, particularly in the light of the fact that you guys were so clean from the standpoint of collecting personal fouls in the first three rounds of this tournament? And also on the difference that made in rebounding and the momentum of the game.
Well, I'll answer it this way so that I don't get in trouble. I thought there were three things that really were critical in the difference in the game. I thought when you have two teams of equal ability and they're playing their hearts out and it's back and forth and it's back and forth, in critical moments, the team that does something, make a play, usually wins. And I thought Notre Dame got several offensive rebounds, long rebounds, that gave them another opportunity. And if you look at the stat sheet, it may not jump out at you because it's really pretty similar, but it's when they got those offensive boards. I thought role players for Notre Dame just absolutely killed us. When you can hold Jewel Lloyd to 5 for 18 and 13 points, you can't let Mabry go 5 for 5. You can't let Cable hit a 3. That's or 4 for 4, but there were 5 for 5 between the two of them. So that's 15 points right there. And then the third thing is we didn't get to the foul line enough. We got there 9 times and they got there 24. And I thought those were the 3 things that stood out to me.
Cherry Hill, Baylor Bear Insider. Kim, did you feel like maybe you missed a chance in the first half? You're up 9 with a chance to extend it, and then they kind of got right back in it.
Well, you had the flagrant. So you had things that are, I can't control that over on the sideline. And Suni is just not a dirty player. I just find it funny that in 2 games she got a flagrant 1. And, those mistakes do hurt you. But we stayed in the game. We stayed in the game. We were in the game up until the last minute of the game, but when you look at the last 3 or 4 minutes of the game, I just thought those long rebounds when we'd make defensive stops, and it was a 4-point, 6-point game, we just couldn't get them. And then when you step back and you look at the big picture, you take away the role players' points for Notre Dame, you take away some of those free throws, it might have been a different game. I know that we're young, but guys, Notre Dame is young too, so they'll have a good team back as well.
Okay. Any more questions for the coach?
Shahan J. Roger, Baylor Lariat. Coach, like a lot of players have mentioned, you know, you have your team has a very bright future. They're a young team. I mean, what are you looking for to take from this, from this experience?
Well, I think we've got to get better defensively still. I think that we have got to understand the importance and the value of just one play, one rebound. And that comes with time. You know, you've got a player, and I just mentioned Jewel Lloyd. We hold her 5 to 18, but the truth is Jewel Lloyd makes all those players get those points. And we don't have that player. So we've got to get it from a bunch of different places. And we'll get better.
Okay, one more question for the coach here on the right.
Kim, Jason Kersey from the Oklahoman. When you have players, some of your best players, get into foul trouble, especially late in a game, I imagine that's a very delicate balance between playing hard and also trying to be cautious to stay in the game. What do you tell your players in those moments?
I don't know that I really tell them anything. I don't really talk to them about don't foul or anything like that. I think I'm just coaching in the moment on what we need to run, what we're doing defensively. If I feel like they need to come out of the game, I'll sub in offense, defense, but that never went through my mind, because when they got in foul trouble, it was really late in the game.
Okay, thank you, Coach. Congratulations. You got a great team.
Thank you.